Good morning, students. This video is for class 6 science, and today also we will continue with the same subject, that is chemistry. In the last class we have already started I have already started explaining the method of separating mixtures. There are different methods. The first I have already explained, that was sieving. Today our topic of discussion will be the second method of separating mixtures is magnetic separation. Magnetic separation. What is this process? This process is that if you have a mixture which contains iron, which contains very small particles of iron, and you want to separate them, the best method, the easiest method is to roll over that mixture a magnet, take a magnet and roll it over the mixture of that iron fillings and some other substances. You will find that the iron fillings, the very small particles of iron, gets attached to the magnet, and then you can separate them easily. In a very large factories, in a large industries where they have scrap, means waste material which contains lot of irons, and those iron scraps, waste material of irons, are very big in size. So what they do is that they take a very big magnet and they tie it with a crane, and then they remove the iron scrap from those scrap which contains different types of waste materials. Okay. Magnetic substances. The method of using a magnet to separate magnetic components from a mixture is called magnetic separation. So, the method of using a magnet to separate the magnetic substance is known as magnetic separation. This method is based on the difference in the magnetic properties of the components to be separated. So, this method is generally used to separate the magnetic substances that are present in the waste material, in the mixture. In this method, a magnet is rotated over a mixture so that the magnet components cling to the magnet, means get attached to the magnet, while the non-magnetic components are left behind. As I have already told you, if you take a mixture in which iron fillings are present, you can roll over, you can rotate a magnet, you can just rotate over the mixture. You will see the iron substances gets attached to the magnet and leaving behind the non-magnetic substance. This is how you can separate, and this process of separation using the magnet is known as magnetic separation. This method is used in industries to remove scrap. As I have already told you, scrap means waste material. Iron from garbage heap means a huge quantity of garbage. With the help of a large magnet fitted to a crane, attached to a crane. The next method is sublimation. Sublimation is a process in which solid substances sometimes changes from solid form to gaseous form without converting itself into liquid form. So directly from solid to liquid it changes. This process is known as sublimation. When you want to separate, if you have a mixture of substances which can sublime, which can change from solid to gaseous state directly without changing into liquid state, you can easily separate a mixture which has sublimes, which contains substances which can sublime. You can easily separate them. Let us see. The process in which a solid changes directly into its gaseous state without passing through its liquid state is known as sublimation. This I have already explained. The process of changing a solid state, a solid form, from solid form directly to gaseous form without being converted into liquid form, this process is known as sublimation. This method is used when a mixture contains a component that can sublime, which has the ability to change itself from solid to gaseous form. The setup for sublimation is shown. You can see the setup that they have given in the figure. In this method, the mixture is taken in an evaporating dish. Evaporating dish means where you can heat the mixture. You can see the dish, it is round in shape, and then it is evaporating. Why is it called evaporating? Where you can apply heat. When the mixture is heated, the solid components that sublimes evaporates as vapor, leaving behind the components that does not sublime in the dish. That means if you have a mixture which contains substances that can sublime, you apply heat to that from bottom, and then after applying heat, the substance which sublime, they will change directly from solid to gaseous form, leaving behind the substance which does not sublime. Then the sublimed solid is obtained by cooling the vapor. Thus the mixture is separated. So when you heat, the substances which changes into vapor, which changes into gaseous form, they gets collected in a container, jar-like container, where that vapor is cooled, and then the substances are separated, and you can easily obtain the substances you want to obtain. For example, please children mark these examples which has the tendency which can sublime. That is iodine, camphor, naphthalene and ammonium chloride are sublimable substances. So these are substances which can sublime. Next, sedimentation and decantation. You all have studied this sedimentation and decantation in the previous classes also. But let me recall so that you all can remember. What is sedimentation? The process of the sediments. If you take a mixture, if you take a solution of suppose say sand and water. So this solution, if you let it be, if you don't disturb it and keep it in a jar without being touched, without shaking that, the sediments, the heavier particles will settle at the bottom, leaving the water at the top. This process of settling the sediments at the bottom is known as sedimentation. And what is decantation? After the process of sedimentation, if you take that water, if you take that jar and then pour that clear water that is left on the top into another jar is known as decantation. So the process of pouring the clear water in a separate container without disturbing the sediments is known as decantation. So let us see. The process of separating insoluble solid components mixed in a liquid by allowing them to settle down at the bottom of a container is called sedimentation. Insoluble means that does not dissolve in that. So sand and water they do not dissolve. They get mixed but they do not dissolve. Sand does not dissolve in it. So the process of leaving the water undisturbed so that the particles can sediment at the bottom is known as sedimentation. This method is based on the difference in the weight of the components of solid liquid mixture. So remember, this is based on the weight of the components that you are actually mixing in the water. Now suppose if you take thermocol, you know what is thermocol? If you take thermocol and if you mix it, the thermocol is not going to settle down. Why? Because the density, the weight of the thermocol is less than the weight of the water, density of the water. In this method, the mixture is kept undisturbed for some time so that the heavier insoluble solid components settle down at the bottom of the mixtures due to the force of gravity. The solid components that settles down during sedimentation is called the sediments. So when you take this and the sediments and the particles that settles down, leaving the water behind, the particles that settle down, these particles are known as sediments. So in that example, if you take that example of sand and water solution, sand is the sediment. The layer of clear water, the clear water that is here, clear water, that are known as supernatant liquid. This clear liquid is then poured out carefully into another container, as I have already told you, this container, without disturbing the sediments to separate the solid components from the liquid. So the process of pouring out the upper layer, upper clear water without disturbing the sediments is known as decantation. Sedimentation and decantation methods are used at home while washing pulses in water. So when your mother cooks pulses, when they cook, they wash it and let it for some time so that the pulses settles down and the dirty water is at the top, and they pour it down, pour the dirty water away, that is pouring the dirty water, that is decantation, and the settling of the pulses, grains of the pulses is known as sedimentation. The upper layer of water that contains the impurities is decanted, it is poured out, it is thrown out, and the sediments, that is pulses, are retained, are kept. Sedimentation technique is used in water treatment plants to purify water and make it in usable form before it is supplied to our homes. So this sedimentation process is also used in the water purification plant, where this whole process of sedimentation is performed. So children, for today you all can keep it till here. In the next class we will continue with the explanation of filtration and evaporation. So for today up to this much. Thank you, class.